I've got rocks in my pockets and dirt in my shoes. Well, goodbye, non-believer. You know I really hate to leave her. So long, baby. I've got those flashback blues. Welcome. Wet, wintry Wayne's Weird World. Yeah. You want to come say hello? Come on, up. No, I don't want that ball. Come on, up. That thing is a lump. All right. Off you go. Jamison. Now, I kid you not about rocks in my pockets and dirt in my shoes. Went for a walk down on the beach. More rocks. There's another one. There's a few more. Dig. There we go. And then in the other pocket, styrofoam, plastic, pencil. There was a beer can, a bit of fencing wire. Lovely stuff. Actually, these I cut. So I don't want little animals, birds and that, getting caught up in them. Just cut them. Really quick, simple. All right. What have we got here? Let's get that out of the way. Oh. Now, you may or may not have heard of bonsai, probably. Less likely that you've heard of something called suiseki. Now, suiseki is a Japanese appreciation for rocks. Yeah, I've got a few here. Let's see. These are going to be wet, so let's absorb some water. And with suiseki, you want to try and arrange them as if they are mountains, valleys, streams flowing down, waterfalls, all kinds of stuff. So I just walk along and whatever catches my eye, if I can, I'll pick it up. Okay, there. Wash all the sand off. I'll end up having to empty my pockets. Now, bonsai pots do not have to be used only for bonsai. What a wet and dirty shower time. Well, a friend of mine had this little one, asked if I would like it, and I thought, yes. But then I think I'll give it back with these little keikis from the Dendrobium, kingianum. Put a bit of mesh in the bottom. The potting mix I use starts out for the little ones as the fines that I sieve out of the pine bark and the orchid mix. Too many fines and the big orchids, they will rot. Yeah. So I add a fair bit of gravel. And this is all. I get it from one of the landscape suppliers. I wash it, and there it is. Okay. More. Cold and wet. I'll be looking forward to a hot shower. And shave. All the stubble's coming back. I realize that when I shave my mustache off, and then if I ever decide to have it grow back, it's going to be very gray. I don't know. How do I want these? Now, for the size of that, it's just too big. This one's nice, again, too big, so this mountain, if I put it off center, nestle it down in there. I'm going to put some gravel around it anyway. Not very stable, so I think that gravel might help a lot. Get all those out of the way. Don't know. Don't know. Now, these keikis, I arranged them in the order from the most viable, these three, and that one, to the least viable. So I won't put those three in. I might stick those in small flower pots. I don't know where it went. Find it later. So I think I'll put in just three. Now if you think of ikebana, Japanese flower arranging, they usually try and work out in arrangements of three, okay? So I'm going to take out some of this potting mix and put it back. Actually, I'll take it all out. I want that rock deeper so that it's more stable. Maybe not quite that deep. Yeah. Juggle it around a little bit. There's no one way to do it. Work out your arrangement of your orchid keikis. Largest, smallest, why not? Why not? All right. Let's try and get a little bit of this in here. Try and get them stabilized. I don't normally work with things this small. Now, if I would have soaked the keiki roots in warm water, baby bath warm, they probably would have been just a little bit more easily. Come on, stand up. Sounds like a Bob Marley song. Good. All right. Oh, I love this stuff. That is a scourge of gardening, along with styrofoam. These things, slow release fertilizer, they're actually plastic pellets. Now, this world is being overwhelmed with microplastics, pieces that end up in everything, everywhere, and I'm not too impressed. Now I'll try and get a little bit of this just back behind here. I'm making a big mess. Usually when I make my table mounts, they're considerably larger. Like this one. I'm thinking about taking the moss away from that one. Actually, I rather like that. And let's just put this one down in there. By Joe, I think he's got it. Well, I might end up changing my mind, but for the time being, that will do quite nicely. What do we do with a wet hat? Oh. And a wet umbrella and wet clothes and a wet dog. Yeah, you. Are you a wet dog? Oh, yeah. Yes, Dad. All right. Whoop. That's a bit much. Still too much. Ah, better. Water it in. Try not to drop it. Mumble, mumble, curse. I think this is fine. Now, I was considering, and I just might do that, dripping on my leg, a little bit more of the gravel. So, yeah, I think this will be just fine. Now, if I was really being fussy, I could have run it through the sieve to take out any of the larger particles. But now let's water that in and see what it looks like. Wash it off that quartz rock. Yep. I think that'll do just fine. Now, if I was really, really fussy, I'd get my tweezers and start putting little bits in here, little bits in there. Take that out. Take that out. But that's the beauty of a table mount. And really, Tasmanian orchids, the sarcochilas, they grow on rocky outcrops, trees, mossy banks. The speciosums, like those, they grow up the east coast of Australia on rocky outcrops, fallen logs, you name it. The kingianums, same thing. Rocky outcrops, logs, forks of trees, all over. So plastic pots, now, they don't naturally grow in plastic pots. But because everybody's obsessed with plastic pots, because they're convenient, everybody has the idea that orchids have to be put in plastic pots. No, no, they don't. They don't need to be in plastic pots. There are a lot of alternatives that make them much more interesting. Okay, that's it. Wayne's Weird World. Small table mount. And you want to play. Oh, you're a wet dog. Yeah, I know. All right, cheers. Wet, wintry, and a wet nose. Whoa! See ya.